Shabbat Shalom, Shari Torah. Hope that everybody has had a lovely week and that you're able to stay warm amongst this cold weather. This week we celebrate the Bat Mitzvah of Dalia Spiegel. Mazal Tov to Dalia and her entire family. We hope you'll join us tomorrow morning for services. And then, of course, throughout the course of the coming week for programming, it should be a beautiful illuminated Hanukkah. This week we read Parashat Vayeshev and we encounter the story of Joseph. Jacob gives his son Joseph this special coat, as we know the Technicolor coat perhaps, and the Torah tells us that Joseph's brothers were filled with resentment and they turned to hate. They turned to hurt. V'lo yachlu dvaro l'shalom, they could no longer speak to Joseph in peace. Rabbi Chaim Baker, the dean of the Schechter Rabbinical School in Jerusalem, reflects on this verse and says something profound. She says that hatred doesn't just fracture relationships. It erases the possibility of even greeting another person, of acknowledging their own presence and offering them shalom, the gift of peace or of wholeness. We often assume peace comes from sameness, that if we could minimize our differences, things would be easier. But what Rabbi Baker reminds us is that the inability to offer shalom isn't about difference. It's about refusing to see the other person at all. The Maharal of Prague, the famous Hasidic Rebbe, he deepens this idea and he teaches that the true peace is like light. Light creates distinction. It allows us to see clearly, to notice where things end and where other things begin. Darkness, he says, Erev, blends into things together so that nothing can truly be recognized. Peace doesn't come from blurring difference. Peace comes from seeing one another clearly, fully, and still choosing that relationship. This is why the Maharal explains we light candles on Shabbat, to bring in light into our homes so we can truly see each other, faces, differences, uniquenesses. So light lets us talk to one another. It makes us feel like it's possible to have a conversation, and it really warms our soul. And peace can't happen without real conversation. Not when we're consumed by resentment or when we insist others be just like us, not when we stop seeing the other person's humanity. So as we enter Shabbat and, of course, the holiday of Hanukkah, may the light of our candles help us see one another more clearly. May it soften the places of tension that exist, open the doors for honest, compassionate, responsible, respectful conversation, and help each of us offer and receive that shalom, that sense of peace freely. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom, an early Chanukah Sameach, and hope to see you in Shul.